Hi everyone, this is Sean, filming for my new apartment. So I was just going after I got the internet back. I was just going through my channels, and I saw that there was a channel on there that I thought I wasn't subscribed to for a few years. It's under the name of Brotherjaren. This is the guy that I used to hang out with in California and did ministry with him back in about 2011, maybe 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. But it just we parted our ways. We're no longer friends. Um, I would say the same thing with the other guy that I used to hang out with, but I still consider the other guy a friend. There was two of the guys, and the guy Jaron, who's in the videos, came out of a church called, I don't know, it's some kind of charismatic, healing church, like one of the mysticism churches. That's just been popping up lately. You can look on it on. There's actually like a 30-minute documentary called Kundalini Warning. And at the time, I didn't know that I was completely ready to join the church that he was a part of, where the majority of everything that they did had to do with physical healing of the sick, healing the blind, and just stuff like that they think is God's work. Well, it is, but not in the way that they're doing it. I was offended a second ago after going because I just hooked up the Cox internet, and the channel Brotherjaren popped up, and I thought, I haven't talked to this guy in years. Let's see what he's been up to. Well, he hasn't uploaded any videos since I think September of 2011, so about 4 years ago, because it's February 27, 2015 right now. Anyways, to get to the point, this is an exposed video of my testimony that has to do with their church, and it's not a good one. It's actually a very hurtful, very anger-filled testimony that has to do with Pete Cabrera Jr. and his church in Kansas and the disciples that I used to know and the people I talked to. First off, I'll start it out like this. I was taught to heal the sick through their church. And how you would do this is through what it says in the Bible about healing, like Jesus proclaims that all of his followers have to heal the sick and give sight to the blind and whatnot. Jesus using us as mediums to get to those people. So, well, here's the thing. When I was taught it, yes, it did work. When I laid hands on people, their legs did grow out. One leg, or legs would be like this or this. And when I would lay hands on them, push my hands on both heels. Years ago, probably 3-4 years, I stopped about 3 years ago. But the feet would kind of like just go like this. One foot would grow out, and the other one would come in. And be center. But see, here's the thing about that. And this is not just me. I've heard other people, including Pete's disciples in Kansas, saying through text messages, and because we would keep in contact over Facebook and whatnot, and also text messages, that the healings would fall off within a week, within a day to a week, sometimes a month. The healings would fall off. They would go back to their physical ailments. So I've laid hands on several different people while I was in California and some here in Tucson, and sad to say, it didn't work. It worked for the moment. The pain would go away for a moment, or the foot would align. Things even went on me when Jaron performed that on me when we were in Castro Valley in California. My legs just went back to what they were at when I was having the bad back pains. It's still that way right now, and he's performed it once on me, and someone else that I taught it to, because he was discipling me, also did it on me while I did it on a different person. And both of us legs just went back. So we're talking healings of like sickness. We're talking about cancer. We're talking about just physical ailments, like just different kinds of things. So it's one of those things where they're like Joel Osteen, where they don't talk about. It's more of just a prosperity thing. And I was told, I don't remember if it was by Jaron, but it was someone by Pete's church, Pete Cabrera's church in Kansas, or of an example of saying if you're out like in public and you see an ambulance and you don't follow the ambulance to see who is sick and lay hands on that person, or go to a local hospital and lay hands on all the sick people, if you don't do that, it's your fault as to why they're living in misery. That's what I was told. So about 2 years go by, I talked to a few different people at the Three Cross Church in Castro Valley, California, about some of the things that they believe in from their website. And needless to say that a few of the things of the verses in the Bible were not matching up, and they felt from a non-denominational standpoint that a lot of stuff they were teaching and doing was blasphemous. So I let it go, and I just continued being friends with Jaren until I moved to Tucson and we lost connection. And I lost connection to their church, even though I was still sort of friends with the main guys in Pete's church, including Pete himself with Jaren and a lot of the other guys. The reason I'm bringing this story up is because I got so offended about 10 minutes ago that Jared used to have videos up on his YouTube channel, because they're all testimonies of people getting healed and whatnot, him doing Jesus' work, in his mind. And there was a few videos called the Bay Area Adventures, I believe, taped back in 2011. And there's also one of saying man healed by demonic possession, which was me. He laid hands on me along with 3 other people from his church, but that church was from, I believe, Fresno, California. It was like a splinter off of Pete's church. And there was a video of me giving my testimony after being healed from demonic oppression at the time. It wasn't possession because I was saved, but oppression. You can actually look up information about demonology and how it works with oppression and possession on Fellowship of the Martyr 1's website. But because they have a whole, Doug has a whole line of videos on demonology that will, if you're interested in that. Anyways, so he deleted the videos. For what reason, I'm not sure, but what I think of what happened is that the videos, including the ones of the other guy who we used to hang out with, were deleted is because I disagreed with him. I'm thinking that's the only reason, because why else would you have all your other videos, but the 2 that had me featured in them, as one being healed by, he put both hands, at a Starbucks, he put both hands on my legs and healed my back problems temporarily, and then about a week later, there's one of me being, giving a testimony on demonic possession, both deleted. I've checked through his channel like 3 times. I believe what happened about 3 years ago, it's about 2 or 3 years ago, I tried to talk to Pete Cabrera Jr., this guy named Jose and a different person who all worked at the church in Kansas. I tried to talk to them about how I felt that what they were doing was wrong, and even though Pete was given the gift of healing, the way of how he and his church are teaching it, they're teaching it in a way that we are all given the gift of healing, even though in the Bible it doesn't say that. So, is that we were all giving different gifts to fulfill the whole body. But basically what happened was that I tried to talk to him about it, and not only, I wasn't being rude, I wasn't being pushy towards Pete, I was just trying to talk to him about how I felt, and because my theology was changing, and I felt that this mystics movement with the healing and whatever is blasphemous and satanic. So I tried to talk to him about it, and not only would he and the other people would not talk to me, but they insulted me. There wasn't even a reason for it, because I wasn't being rude. I just tried to have a discussion about my personal beliefs in being a Christian, even though nowadays I feel that I have more of a Reformed theology standpoint. Like, been reading this in the school, the new school that I've been in, the new church I've been in, and I do disagree with a few things that they teach and what the Calvinists believe, and I disagree with a few things, but for the most part I agree. But anyways, so we're talking about John Crowder, Pete Cabrera Jr., Todd Bentley, the whole Toronto blessing movement that happened back in the 90s. It's all like the same church. It's all the same thing that's been going on in here in Canada for the last, I'm not sure, like 5 years or so. Could even go past that. I'm not sure exactly. But anyways, I tried to talk to Pete, and he said something along the lines in the Facebook message that, oh, last night I visited a Mexican family where I laid my hands on a boy who was blind, and he was like 3 or 4 years old, and the boy could see the next day. And if you don't believe in that, then you're an idiot. That's what he literally told me that. I said, I'm just trying to have a discussion. I'm not trying to bring down your church. Like, I'm not Judas here in your like thing that you got going on, even though I believe now that what they're doing is wrong. It doesn't matter, because there's a different video where a man talks about saying, Pete Cabrera Exposed, and he said he spent a week with him. It's like all the videos are authentic. It doesn't matter. It says in Revelation that Satan is going to do signs. So Satan is able to heal the body. So not only that, but the other guys I tried to talk to, the other leaders of his church in Kansas, or what, the soup kitchen or whatever they called it, also would not talk to me. One of them did talk to me, but then told me that I had some kind of demon in me or something. Like something, I don't even know what it was. He basically told me that I was wrong and that I needed to read the Bible and I needed to understand it better. When I'm about to graduate from basically a theology class and going to start my own Bible study again. I'm going to pick that up soon. I mean, obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. So that was my experience. I have a good feeling that on Brotherjaren's channel, he deleted my videos because I questioned his leader. I mean, that's what this is. Like, if you say, it's like, token the Holy Ghost and like, getting high in the spirit, like, all that. They believe in all that stuff. And they put a huge emphasis on healing people, when that's just a portion of the body. It even, it's just it's a portion of the body, of the Christian body. You can have the gift of healing, but it's like people have gifts of prophecy, even though it says everyone should have the gift of prophecy. It's like having the gift of teaching, having the gift of preaching, and there's so many different gifts that different Christians can have. And they just focus on that. And when I tried to use my discernment to challenge what they were doing, I was immediately insulted. Immediately I was treated like they called me a Pharisee and like stuff like that. So that was my experience. That's my testimony with their church. They deleted my videos for no reason. They were completely rude to me, and they wouldn't give me any examples or explanations to what they were doing. So I just want to say I'm pretty sure it's a Kundalini thing, like what I saw in the video, like it's a counterfeit Holy Spirit. Even though Pete, teaches what he teaches, it's wrong. It's wrong. So you can't just pick and prod, the Bible and just say, well, I like this in the Gospels and I like this in Ephesians and 1 Corinthians, and then have nothing to do with like Lamentations or Job. It's like, it's a cult. Like, that's what it is. I'm sure Jaren in his mind at the time, because it says on the video he quit loading videos in 2011. I'm sure I don't know about Pete. I'm sure in their minds they think they're doing God's work, but really they're doing the devil's work. For using discernment, I was basically like ridiculed and kicked out of their church when I didn't even insult them. I just tried to ask questions about where they were getting their information. So that was my testimony. I hope this helps. And if you were, scarred by it or anything, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'll message you back.